Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Kemisola. How are you? Bonjour, Ekaro, or Ekason, or Ututuoma. How did they say good morning in Hausa? Inakwana. Okay, how are you guys doing? Sorry, um we ended at top five the other time, but I can't give you all at once. Aside that, it's a lot of information and I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Okay, also, to be honest, I was very hungry, so I had to cut it off because this baby can eat. And you know what they say anyway. We're back now, and we're going to be doing the last four or five. And so let's go. All right, the next one is um things that we're still in things that we noticed. So this is part two, first trimester, changes and things that I noticed. And yeah, so I noticed that there will be an increment in your progesterone. Now, as a matter of fact, if you're somebody that you always, check your what's it called? You check your body. First of all, when you're pregnant, you have to be very vigilant. Every slight change has to be noticed and reported. For example, when you pee, you want to look at the color of your pee, you want to look at the color of the discharge that you get. So when I say your progesterone, there'll be an increment, is because when you're pregnant, it increases, right? And even without missing your period, that's like one of the first ways to know that you're pregnant, because you begin to get um the whitish discharge. It's not smelly, it's not cuddly like cheese curds or like yogurt. It's maybe like yogurt, but more like Hollandia yogurt, or not thick. It's not like, so there's a difference between when you have um the discharge from the progesterone and when you have yeast infection. They are very different. Also, don't try to treat it on your own. Don't say, oh, what is this whitish thing? It's yeast infection. Boom, go and take antibiotics. Don't lose your baby. So if you're looking to conceive and you're seeing anything whitish, you might want to take a test, blood test to be precise, because sometimes this strip tests, they are not very accurate. So that's one thing that I noticed. And yeah, also, I would advise you, once you notice that your progesterone levels are high, start using panty liners if you don't use it already. um i'm I'm not really a huge fan of panty liners, because I like to wear full pants. So the full pants is so full already. Imagine wearing panty liners every day. I don't really like it. So when I got pregnant, I was still not wearing it. But I noticed that, and I just got a new set of pants because married woman, like I had to get like lacy pants and all of that. TMI, don't mind me. But anyway, so um I just noticed that it started to bleach my pants. So these things are so strong. So once you realize that you're pregnant and you have like discharge, just get panty liners. So the discharge is going to be on your panty liners, not your pants, so it doesn't bleach your panties and they end up useless. Because who wants to wear ugly panties? Even though it's just your husband that will see, but still, I don't think anybody should wear ugly panties. Anyway, moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular one that I want to tell you, I am embarrassed to tell you about it. I am embarrassed. And this is because for someone like me, my husband and I were very close as my friend. So the all going to poop and all of that, no big deal. He can be in the bathroom when I'm pooping. I can be in the bathroom when he's pooping. He can be pooping and I'm showering. No big deal. However, after I got pregnant, I noticed that there was a change in the stench of my fart and poop. You know how first I'm like, what is going on? Like when I fart, like there was a day the stench of my own fart woke me up from my sleep. It was bad. It was really, really bad. And my husband is very wise. That's the word. It would not it would not immediately point it out that, "Oh, babe, what's going on?" So it's like there was one particular day I was done in the bathroom. I used the bathroom. I was done. Um I did everything, air freshener, yada yada yada. That he had gone out for a walk and then he came back and he wanted to pee. And he entered and immediately came out again, was like, no, babe, we need to talk about this. I was like, what? And then he was like, I'm coming. So he quickly went to the other bathroom, did what he wanted to do, and then he came back and he was like, your poop stinks. I was like, everybody's poop stinks. He was like, no, babe, I know you. I've known you since, like, I've been with you since 2017. I know you. I'm like, what do you mean? This is me still trying to form like I don't know. Like, girl, even me, I know. Like, even when I'm done, like, I literally sometimes flush while I'm in the process just because who wants to smell that? It is bad. And then I was like, I'm sorry. And then I went to go and read about it online. Like, okay, and everybody was like, oh no, that's normal. One woman even said that she started lying on her daughter. So she was pregnant and then she had a toddler. So when she goes out and she farts, she would just say, oh, I'm sorry, that's my toddler. Like, it is bad. I'm telling you. So don't let it catch you unaware. Don't think that, because I think it's majorly because there is like a decrease in our metabolism. So the food is staying longer than they should, which is producing gas, and then it's just bad. It's just really bad. So when you're pregnant, especially in the first trimester, it doesn't stop. But I noticed in the first trimester, it doesn't stop. If I may say that it gets even worse. And you know what gets worse is when you start taking iron medication, maybe your prenatal vitamins, or maybe if you're anemic and then you start taking iron, it gets worse because then your poop looks ugly and then it stinks really bad. So I don't know. There's no there's no moving on from it. It's just that's just what it is. But it really bad. Really, really bad. So there is that. And then number 8, we have snore. I don't know why I wrote all this embarrassing one back to back. Snoring. Let me tell you something. You know how on a normal day everybody snores, like maybe when you're tired or something, like, oh, I'm tired, I sleep, I snore. It's okay. But when you are pregnant, I don't know if you're Nigerian and you probably lived in maybe Lagos, but mostly if you lived in the southwest, the other parts of the southwest, not Lagos, then when you take, or even in Lagos, when you take pepper to the grinder, people that grind, how it sounds, how the grinding machine sounds. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. In Yoruba, we say biero tata kuku. Exactly, that's the one. Because you shall snore. Your snore. For me, normally, because I'm big, there are some certain sleeping styles that if I sleep a certain way, there's a possibility I will snore even before I got pregnant, right? So I've learned to always like sleep face down so that even if I'm tired, my body is like properly laid. So I'm not snoring and I'm not disturbing anybody. Like even if I'm going to snore, it's going to be very light. You will not even, you have to move closer to me to hear it. But when I got pregnant, ah, when I got guys, it was not funny. Like, again, my husband is a wise man. Before he will say anything about your snoring, or he would take his time. And then one day was like, babe, do you think you've been snoring much since you got pregnant? I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, no, I'm just asking because I kind of feel like, as a puppy, I don't know. Now, in his defense, it's bad. I'm not gonna lie. one time I recorded myself. I'm not gonna embarrass myself and share a clip, but I do have a clip because I had to record myself. Like one night, I set my video up and I slept and oh, 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 terrible. It's really bad. So that's one of the things you will notice. Don't think there's nothing wrong with your nosaries or whatever. It just, I think it's just the heaviness. Your body, your reproductive organs doing what it's supposed to do. So you're just, I can't explain it. I don't have the medical terms for it, but that's just it. And yeah, so you cannot help it. You will snore. I don't care if you are as tiny as the broomstick or you are big as an aeroplane, you're going to snore and your snoring would be bad. Like it will be heard. So yeah. And then the very last one is you're going to notice it's called I wrote it down as pain. So it's not very painful, but because your baby is beginning to grow, your uterus will begin to expand. So at night, you're going to start cramping, mostly at night. Now, I do not know if for other women it happens in the afternoon, but mine used to happen at night. You would cramp. Even if you like, if you're somebody that has menstrual cramps on a normal day, you probably would not. I mean, you would just probably feel like you're having, your menstrual cramp, but it's just your uterus expanding, like just by your pelvic floor, and it's going to be extremely painful. For me, I don't have menstrual cramps normally, so when that started happening, I was even scared. Like, what is going on? So you're going to have that pain. Don't be scared about it. If it's excruciating, then you might want to talk to your gynae about it. But if it's just the normal pain, it's just your uterus expanding, it's not a big deal. It happens to everybody. If you're carrying multiples, even worse, because your uterus has to expand more, right? So yeah, there is that pain. And there's really nothing you can do about it because they would advise don't take a lot of, this and that. So yeah. Now I have some other things that I noticed in my first trimester, but they were quite scary. So now I'm going to share with you two things, but it's not going to be on this video. I'm going to round off what I noticed in first trimester part one with this. But in the next episode, I'm going to share with you two things. One of the things is one of the scary moments that I had in my first trimester, and the second is I told you about how bad my nausea was, right? Yeah. What helped with the nausea? Whatever I found, did it help? Did it stop? I'm gonna let you know. So thank you so much for joining me on another episode. I thank you. I appreciate you for engaging. So let me know, in your first trimester, did you snore? Did you notice your stinky poop and your stinky fart, or were you just perfect? Let me know. Until next time on Kemisola's couch, thank you so much. I love you and I'll see you. Bye for now.